Welcome, my dear friends, to our Voice of His Kingdom weekly devotion. And this is our episode 42. And we shall be taking our text from the book of Genesis, chapter 42. Our core verses for today's devotion will come from verses 19 to 22. Let's read them together. If you are honest men, let one of your brothers stay here in prison, while the rest of you go and take grain back for your starving households. But you must bring your youngest brother to me, so that your words may be verified, and that you may not die. This they proceeded to do. They said to one another, surely we are being punished because of our brother. We saw how distressed he was when he pleaded with us for his life, but we will not listen. That's why this distress has come upon us. Reuben replied to them, didn't I tell you not to sin against the boy? But you wouldn't listen. Now we must give an account for his blood. So as a background to the text, we can see that Joseph and his brothers parted company in Genesis chapter 37. After, out of envy and spite, they sold him to the Midianites, who in turn sold Joseph to Potiphar, one of Pharaoh's officials, as a slave. But God works in mysterious ways, my friends, His wonders to perform. He blessed Joseph and prospered his undertakings. By the time they met Joseph in this chapter, God had prepared him for leadership. Through the things he experienced, through rejection, he was rejected by his family. Through betrayal, he was betrayed. Through suffering, emotional pains, imprisonment, abandonment, and other forms of trauma. But the tide had turned at this time. They met Joseph again. Famine orchestrated by God to fulfill his purpose was devastating the nations, including Canaan. But Egypt, where Joseph was, had plenty to spend. In verse 1 and 2 of our text, their aged father told them to head out to Egypt to buy some grains. So to Egypt they went. And guess who they came face to face with for food? The one they hated and wanted dead. But God kept Joseph alive, because man cannot thwart the plan of God and his purpose for anyone. In their sinfulness, they couldn't even recognize Joseph, but he knew who they were. My friends, let's look at the lesson we can learn from this passage. The first lesson is to remember what the scripture said in Numbers 32, verse 23. It says, but if you fail to do this, that if you fail to obey God's command, you'll be sinning against the Lord, and you may be sure that your sin will find you out. So we can see that in this passage, the sins of the brothers of Joseph found them out. They never knew they would ever see Joseph alive. So the brothers of Joseph never thought in their widest imagination that they will one day come face to face with Joseph. At least not in such an elevated position that he found himself. It took long, but on this particular day, they came face to face with their sins. Now, the second lesson is that God rules in the kingdom of men and does what is humanly impossible to fulfill his purpose. Anyone who belongs to God and living righteously should not lose hope. God can lift you up, my friend, in the supernatural way, because he has good plans for you. That's what he said in Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 11. He said, for her, I know my plans for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. So God in his wisdom, as we look at the application, what do we apply from the lessons we have learned? God in his wisdom gave us the 10 commandments, summed up in these 2 commandments, just as Jesus narrated in Matthew 22, verses 37 to 39. Jesus replied to a rich young man who was asking him a question. about the greatest of all commandments. And Jesus said to him, this is the greatest of all commandments. Number one, love the Lord your God with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your mind. He said that this is the first and the greatest commandment. And then the second is like it, love your neighbor as yourself. So Joseph's brothers broke this second commandment. If they loved Joseph, they wouldn't have sold him as a slave, but they didn't. So my friend, walking in righteousness is imperative because of the consequences of breaking any of God's commandments. So today I invite you, my friends, to walk in righteousness. God bless you and thank you for listening.